So today I'm going to be showing you how to create a smartphone or a 3D smartphone flip. I'm going to click on the plus icon, and then I'm going to be using this 1:1 ratio size, 1080p, 30 frames per second, fine, black background, create project. So I have this. What I want to do is to add my elements. I'm going to add my iPhone 14 Pro Max front screen. I'm going to start with the back screen first. The back cover. Hope I'm getting that word right anyways. The back of the phone, yeah. So I downloaded it on the PNG, but I'm going to show you, I'm going to attach it to this material, this training, so you can download that as well. I'm going to use this one, plus, to add it, to import it. I'm going to reduce the size quite big. The size is okay. Alright, go back, and then I'm going to ensure it's just at 1 second, end at 1 second. So where that 1 second is, that's where I stop. So I'm going to cut it here, so it ends there. Now what I want to do is to also import the other one. That's the front side. I downloaded that, so I'm going to attach it to this file as well. So yeah, something like this. And this is it. Alright, so let's see. Alright, that's it. I'm just going to make it 1 second as well, but this time I'm going to make this one 2 seconds. So this is 1 to 3. It's going to end at 3. Okay, that's fine. That's 2 seconds on its own already. So I can edit, but they are different sizes, so it won't work. I want to ensure that it's the same, so I'm going to drag it into the other side, and then ensure that they are of the same size. So I'm going to go there, click on move and transform, reduce the size, just reduce the size until I can see the other phone. Alright, so you're just going to increase it back to ensure they are of the same size. Alright, I think they are the same sizes now. So let's see. Oh no, they are not entirely on the same sizes. Okay, good. So they're not entirely on the same size. I'm going to make it exactly the same size. If you look at it, you see they're not exactly on the same size. You see the other one on the back. So I'm just going to make it of the same size. I think it's of the same size now. I'm going to just zoom out back. To zoom, I just pinch this place and you can see it's zooming. Okay, so I'm just going to take this, press hold and drag it so it starts exactly where that one starts. So I have this. Alright, good. So what I want to do now is to animate it, add my effect. I'm going to click on this first one, and then add effect, click on effect, add effect. I'm going to go to 3D effect, click on 3D, and then click on raster extrude. So we have raster extrude, standard setting. Awesome. So what I want to do now is, first of all, go to rotation. Under the rotation, I'm going to keyframe it first, then extend to maybe another side again, keyframe, and under the rotation, under the Y, you have X, Y, Z. So under the Y, I'm going to take it to 90. You notice the Y is changing as I rotate the rotation, as I scroll the rotation. So once it's 90, I'm going to stop. Okay, not 90 really, because it's not still at the center. I want to ensure the stuff is at the center. Okay, now the box is too much, the depth is much, so let's go reduce the depth. Reduce the depth to about, let me reduce the depth to about 2 or 2.5. 2.5 is quite okay. around to make sure. Okay, just get it more. Aha. So 2.5 is okay. Then no other thing will be touched except for the interior. I'm going to change the interior color. Click on that, and then click on this one, that ash 44444. Okay, so that's it. I'm going to increase it, the percentage, to around 34, 35. Okay, leave it at 35, and then I'm going to go to the fade color as well. I'm going to use the same color I used for the interior, and then increase the fade to about the same color of the interior. So that's 35% difference, but anyway, it's fine. So the next thing I want to do is to scroll up, and then the shine, I'm going to take the shine to 50, and every other thing is okay. So I have this, but I'm going to go back to the rotation, click on the rotation. So I'm going to take this keyframe, I'll press hold on that keyframe and drag it to the right. The other one to press hold on the keyframe, drag it to the left. Alright, so let's see what we have. Let's see what we have. Okay. If you feel the depth is too much, you can reduce it. I'm just going to leave mine like this. Alright, so now let's do this one. We're going to do the same thing. Go to Effect, Add Effect, that 3D effect, Raster, Extrude, Standard Setting, and then of course just add a keyframe. I'm first of all going to put a keyframe at 1.9029 rather. Add a keyframe there, rotation keyframe. Okay, then I'm going to go here, add a keyframe, and go here and add a keyframe. But what I'm going to do is that on this part, I'm going to ensure that under the Y, I have it as -90. Okay, it should be not minus, it should be 90. Yes, it's straight like this. No, somewhere around there. But let's go and reduce the depth first to 2.5. You've got to be sure that it's the same depth you use for the first one. Alright, so we have that, and let's go back and ensure it's in the center. Okay, 92, it looks at the center. It looks like it's on the center. Okay, good. We're just going to drag it down there. Alright, and then the other one, I'm going to press this button, the next button. It takes me to this next keyframe. I'm going to press next again, takes me to the other keyframe. And then at this place, I'm going to, let's say I rotate first. Okay, so it rotates like this. Oh, that's the wrong move. So since it's coming like this, it ought to, okay, so I'm just going to edit that on the back next, and then I'm going to take this to -91 instead. Or -92 or -90, let's see. Okay, let's see what we have. Okay, that's good. That's good. So it's coming like this. Then this one should go and end like this. Let's see. At this one, rotation Y, I'm going to do 90. Let's see. Okay, that's good. That's good. That's 92. All right, that's good. every other thing is intact. Let's be sure. Shine should be at 50. Then the interior, let's change the color of the interior, and then increase it to 34. Let's see this. So I'm going to change this color from pink to this one. Alright, so I have this too. Good. And what else again do I need to change here? I think that's just all. That's all. So I'm going to go back and oh yeah. So I'm just going to go back to the effect, and under the rotation I'm going to drag this one to here. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. And then the last thing, not really last thing, one more thing I'm going to do is to copy this particular layer. I'm going to duplicate it, and then I'm going to drag it to the end. I'm going to drag it to the end. I press hold and drag it. Okay, so I'm just going to leave it there. Alright, that's good. Okay, so what I want to do now is, when we duplicated that particular layer, it carried with it all the effects and all the settings that we've added on that layer. So I'm just going to change it, because if I do that and maintain that, it's going to give me very awkward movements. Look at it, you see, it doesn't make sense that way. So I'm just going to go back, click on that layer, and go back to effects, and then edit the settings of the effect. Of course, where the problem lies is rotation. That's the only thing you're changing, the rotation. So I'm going to click on this back button, and then it takes me to the last keyframe, previous keyframe, and then I'm going to take this Y, minus 90, maybe minus 92 would work. Alright, so I'm going to go next, press the next button, and then I'm going to take this to 0, and let's check every other thing. The depth is okay. Yeah, so we are good like this. Alright, so let's see. Good, awesome. So I'm going to group all this. To group them, I'm going to first of all click on this particular layer, and then, or I can either do it and then select the other ones too and then group them, or I can just go here and let's cancel this and just click on this button and then select all layers selected, and I click on this to merge them. So now they're all in one group. So look at this. This is amazing. Now what I want to do is to have just a little bit of some other move and transform. That's what I want to do now. I'm going to click on this and then click on move and transform. So I'm going to go to where it is around 1 second 27 milliseconds. 1 second 27 milliseconds. Just there. I'm going to now click on, for the move, I'm going to click on the keyframe. For the rotation, I'm going to click on keyframe. For the size of the scale, I'm going to click on the keyframe. So I have keyframe of all of them at this point. Then I'm going to click on the handing, and also have keyframe for every of them. Keyframe, and keyframe. So I'm going to go back to the beginning and also have keyframe on all of them. Keyframe for the scaling, keyframe for the rotation, keyframe for the move. Then I'm going to go back to the middle keyframe, this particular one at 1.27 milliseconds. What I'm going to do here is to now do some effects. So the first thing I'm going to do is to increase the size. I'm going to increase the size. Okay. Then I'll go to the move. I'm going to, or rather the rotation. I'm going to rotate it a little bit like this. 43 is okay. Then I'm going to go to the move and bring it down. Alright, so this is fine. I can still increase it a little bit. I think this is all okay. So I'm going to go to this place. I'm going to click on this graph. All I'm going to do is to have something like this. Something like this. I'm going to copy this curve and I'm going to paste it on every of them. So I'm going to paste it here. So I'm going to go to the rotation, paste the curve there too. At the other hand as well, paste the curve there. I'm going to go to the move now, paste the curve there. And at the other move, no, that's a mistake. I'm not supposed to add a keyframe. So let's remove it. And at the place, paste the curve. So I have the curve pasted and everything, just to be sure. Let me see. Oh, good. Okay. So I have the curve pasted everywhere. But I still want to edit the group. I'm going to click on Edit Group because there was something I didn't do. I was supposed to use a graph for them. For this movement, I didn't use a graph, so I'm just going to go back to edit that. Go to the effects, raster extrude, and then under rotation, because that's where we added keyframes, I'm going to add a curve. Now, since this is just the first part, I wanted to start slow and then move fast. So to do that, I'm going to do something like this, and then I'm going to take this one up here. Alright, so it's going to, I think the other way around. Okay, so it's going to start, if I do it this way, it's going to start faster and then go slower. But I think I want to make it start slower and move faster. I think this is that way. We'll come back to it anyways, we're not sure. So let's see. And then here as well, why here I wanted to come in slow. So let's see what we have here first. Then yeah, I wanted to come in slow. Effect, and under the rotation, add there. Let's see. Did we copy the curve? I'm not sure we did. Let's go back and copy that curve. So let's see. Effect. Let's copy the curve. Rotation. So I'm going to copy the curve. And then I'm going to. So let's go to the next one. Let's see this one. I'm going to click on Effect. Raster, extrude, rotation. Then we want it to move faster here, and then when it gets to this point, slower. So let's click on that. I'm going to paste that curve. The here is going to be moving slower and end out here faster, but that's not what we want to do. So we're going to use this one, a button. Okay, now we have it. It's going to start out faster and at this point end slower. Then from here to here, I want it to start slower. So let's paste that curve. Now here, let's paste the curve. So I want it to start out slower and then move out faster. Okay, that's okay. So let's move to the next one. This one, I want it to start faster and then end slower. So just going to effect the raster extrude rotation. Let's see the curve. It has no curve yet. So I'm going to paste that curve, but here it's going to start out slower and go out faster, but that's not what I want to achieve. I want it to start out faster and end slower. So I'm going to just click this. Okay, that's good. That's okay. So I have this, I'm going to go back now. So if you see this, you see the smooth movement. Good. Alright, so you can go now export it. I'm going to use the full, the highest frame rate per second. If yours is 60 minus 30, if yours is 60, that's good. The higher the frame rate, the beautiful the movement will be. So I'm going to use 1080 resolution. That's the highest for me. If you have 4K, 8K, fine. So just export it. Highest quality. Export. Alright, so let's preview it. Beautiful. Awesome. So you can save it, and there you go. So I want to see what you can do. Try and replicate this. Of course, you can use this to create several video adverts for mobile phones, for applications. I've used it to create a how-to video for an application, and so you can do the same as well. All you just need to do is master what I just taught you, and then you can tweak it and do beautiful things with it. Thank you very much for watching this video. God bless you.